Welcome to Drop the Puck. We're here at the Den for another battle in the Moralee between the Dragons and the Billingham Stars. I'm joined by Ben Lee as always, and our special guest today, Carol Wise. Carol, welcome.
Welcome.
So of course, this is a battle that we know well. We spoke to you last time we were here at Billingham. What can we expect from them?
Well, the Stars have certainly picked up of late, started really slowly in this league and had a real hard run at the start of the season. But since Christmas, really got on a roll, started to pick up points, had a great win last night at home against Solway Sharks and really starting to come into form.
So is there anybody in particular we should be watching out for? Because there's a couple of guys sitting at the top of the leader pack in the league standings.
Well, certainly our big point scorer at the moment is our standing captain for this evening, Chris Sykes. He's currently sitting on 36 goals. He's on fire at the minute and had another great game last night. Our import from Latvia, Denis Basketovs, is also coming into some good form. He took a while to settle in, but he's finding the net regularly.
So Ben, who are we looking at for the Dragons?
Obviously returning fan favourite Kenny Williams, ISIS tonight for the Dragons. It's going to be one to keep your eye on. And you know, there's a couple of other players as well, but only time will tell when the puck drops.
Well, this on paper looks like it's going to be a good one, good battle. So without further ado, I think we should go down to the ice and it's time to drop the puck.
So with the pre-game intro out the way, we're looking for an evening of exciting hockey here at the Den. The Billingham Stars are in town to face the Dragons. Gary, on paper, this is surely going to be a great match.
Well, it's like I said on the intro, Billingham are my team at the start, to be one of those teams pecking away at the top pack. Not been the form at the start, but they're picking up pace now. But I think it's a little bit,
Early shot.
A little bit late for them to be making an assault on the top of the table. But they're certainly giving those teams there a run for their money.
They're certainly, and the Dragons looking a bit more fired up tonight as they're bolstered by some new signings and some returning players.
Yeah, it's been sad times, I must admit, for the Dragons, watching them lose games the way they have, and the players have moved on for whatever
Early pressure. Sykes almost finding it there in the slot.
Yeah, for whatever reason the players have gone, but it's nice to see some returning players. Let's hope that they can pay their dividends here for the Dragons.
So with this opening minute of this game, very back and forth early on as Wainwright just dumps that in. It's going to be chased down by Parry, but Ben Davidson's back there, brings that round, and the Stars looking to take possession, knock it on. They do, trying to find Basketov. Basketov skates into the blue, Wainwright's over, Moss is in support. Great cut out there by Wainwright. Bennett tries to find it, but it's picked up by Emerson. Emerson goes backhand. Great save by Johnson. Old Johnson, the starting netminder tonight for the Dragons. His counterpart on the opposite end, about to face a rubber now from Shaw, Mark Watson.
And it's a very, very pacey game to start with.
Ryan Jones out. Bennett looking for the deflection, trying to screen Jones, and again, break. Emerson has Basketov in the middle, tries to find Moss far side, puts it backhand. It's going to be picked up by Parry. Stars able to dig it out, but it's jumped on by a Dragon very quickly.
Yeah, Stars are looking to get on this score sheet quickly and make their presence felt.
Moss takes that back in. Shot comes in, great leg pad save there from Johnson. And within the first 2 minutes, Gary, end-to-end stuff. Jake Orr for the Dragons now. Knocks that forward. It's taken into the Billingham zone, play it back into the man in the neutral zone. Chris Sykes, we've mentioned it in the intro, Gary. He's on his all-time scoring total at the moment for Billingham. He's having a fire of a season. Shot out in front. Watson's down. He's certainly going to be one the Dragons going to need to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, you can't give him the puck in any space whatsoever.
And it's shot's gone in there as we're talking about it. Davis initially puts a shot in, but it's fallen back onto a Stars stick.
Yeah, it looks like
Ethan Hare with it.
Yeah, it looks like Hare's got that one. And it's the start the Stars were looking for. Puck comes across the face of the goal and he manages to get it in there. Stars take a 1-0 lead here. It's Dragons 0, Billingham 1.
And the Dragons now, again, high pressure coming from Billingham. As Kennedy ties up with Ethan Hare, lays that back.
Nice turn.
Davis turns, plans.
And here it comes.
Loose puck. Try. And straight into that danger zone again, Gary. That low slot right in front of the paint. As Dragons break forward there, but it's quickly turned around again. This first 9 minutes in this first period have been end-to-end, high-intensity action.
It'll be tough to squeeze this all in, Ben.
Basketovs picks up the loose puck.
Oh,
Shot.
it's good! And that's what he's good at doing.
Crucial mistake there by the Dragons, capitalised on by Denis Basketovs.
Yeah, he picks it up there just to the right of the keeper, and he slots it home with venom, putting that score on the board. It's now Dragons 0, Billingham 2.
Turned out by a Dragon stick. It was Lukovic, and it's back with Jones. Jones puts it into the corner. Lukovic puts it into space. Going to be picked up by Ozils. Run round for Hare. Orr steps up. Bennett out in front of the Stars bench. Puts that back in on net. Watson turns it out. Campbell feeds that puck back to Ozils. Ozils just tries to take a grip on this game for a second, slow the pace down. Finds Sykes, puts it forward for Emerson. Emerson turns it round on the face-off circle. Back in for Moss. Moss finds Basketovs. Shot. Oh. And Gary, it's always that loose skater coming in that Billingham are able to find at the moment.
Yeah, and the other thing they're doing as well is people are following up. When they attack, there's always somebody following up from a deflected hit.
Lukovic regains possession for the Dragons, tries to take it into the
Oh.
Stars zone, but it's fallen back out. Basketovs jumps on the loose puck. Dragons caught short. Right out in front, Moss.
It's in! Oh.
Chalk up another assist for that man.
Yeah, and Moss was there to stick that away to the right top corner as the keeper looks at it. Billingham are on fire tonight, continuing from that great form from the last game, and they take a 3-0 lead here against the Dragons.
And everywhere you look right now, that red 93 shirt is all over the ice, Gary.
Yeah, and obviously he's a quality player.
Shot comes in on Watson, an easy turn out for him. Plant picks that back up, feeds it round. Spridgen picks up in the corner for the Dragons. Puts it into the slopper, it's turned away by a stick. Jones puts the body on there, but Callum Davis able to get that puck. Skates through one man. Shot. Sad the sting of it taken out there by the Dragons defenseman. Easy save for Johnson. But now the Dragons find themselves in an 0-2 familiar situation, Gary, of trying to escape out their own zone.
Yeah, they're just making silly little mistakes, because of the speed and the pace of the game, and trying to stick in and keep up with Billingham. Like that, where they fan the shots.
And that's Wainwright fans the pass, jumped on immediately by Callum Davis of the Stars. And once again, Stars on the offensive deep in the Dragon zone.
They just need to settle down, get the puck and play their own game.
Wainwright now. Easy pass forward. That's a great shot in from Williams. Pass coming from Parsons. Tied up on the boards. Sykes. Jones is there. Slowly the Dragons retreat. Back in through the neutral as Artis Ozils skates that through. Goes to go round Wainwright, but he gets his stick in the way. Ethan Hare knocks that back. And the Stars now just slowly passing that puck around, trying to stretch out that Dragons forward unit. But Parry,
there we go.
Basketov's back.
And he's in. Oh! And the pace of Denis Basketov's there, as he just looked at the goal, picked where he's going to place it, and calmly slots it past the Dragons netminder to take the score now to Dragons 0, Billingham 4.
Face off, won by the Stars. Bennett trying to disrupt play there. Shaw is around as well. It's going to be skated out by Moss, but Dragons put that straight back in. Campbell Playing a bit of D2D.
Well, Billingham are settling down a little bit now and taking the time. They've got a
Basket's
4-goal lead.
Picks that up off Keating. Lukovic tries to put a stick in. Basket's retains it. It's knocked on for Campbell. Shot in. And Matt Campbell left wide open there. Puck laid onto him. Saved on a plate, Gary.
Yeah, you can't give people an opportunity like that in front of goal. They'll take it. And Campbell's extended the Stars' lead tonight early in this first period. It's now Dragons 0, Stars 5.
Face off in possession of Billingham with 3/4 of this first period gone. Dragons already find themselves a 5-0 deficit.
Yeah, Billingham can settle a bit more now and enjoy enjoy what they're doing, pick out passes, and it's just going to be difficult now for the Dragons to try and pace back 5 goals in the remainder of this period. They've just got to regroup and play their game and try and peg something back out of this.
Well, as the puck comes off the official skate, Dragons jump on and try and put it in. But it's going to be the Stars who pick the loose puck up. Kennedy tries to get his stick on it. It's knocked it on. Sykes lays that off for Hare. Keating picks up the loose puck though. Takes it. Tries to find Wynn. And Chad Wynn, one of the latest signings and additions to the Dragons roster.
Ooh.
Tries to push it forward though. Straight back in by the Stars. Backhand it, looking for the deflection with Sykes.
Oh, it's in!
And he's got it.
Yeah, he got that, and it was very clever play there as he pulled it back across and then flicked it back up into the goal. He gets the score, and it's now Dragons 0, Stars 6.
And right now, we can see that they've gone with a change in netminder. So Oliver Johnson been pulled, and Lewis Edwards will now be between the pipes. Face-off gets us back underway with 16:20 gone in this first period. Chris Sykes adding to that tally of goals for this season. And now Lukovic for the Dragons.
Well, what a contrast, Ben, from that first 10 minutes of this period where the Dragons looked like they were going to get on the scoreboard. It was so close, but Billingham have showed their class tonight and they've taken that lead.
Foot race between Jones. There. And Campbell. Jones and Campbell exchanging a few uttered words between each other. Out the way of the official. Very quickly, Dragons look to break forward. Finds Lukovic. Lukovic tries to go around his man. Campbell gets his stick in his way. Jones taking out the equation. Quick pass forward. Finds Davis. Davis got Emerson in the slot. Moss arrives. Emerson out in front. Edwards does well to keep that out. We're all tied up in the corner now. Williams tries to clear it away. Puck's come back out. Parry shuts that pass lane off. Puck back in. Another deflection. And it's gone in. Well, Moss with the shot there. And a deflection from Emerson. He was just stationed right out in front of Edwards. And Gary, with 2 minutes on the ice, there's already a goal past Lewis Edwards.
Yeah, it's not the kind of baptism you want tonight, but it's been a fast game. The Dragons are now 7-0 down.
4 minutes 3 into this second period, and for the first time tonight, we have a penalty. It's going to be assessed to James Parsons of the Dragons for delay a game. 2-minute penalty, and now Billingham will get time on the power play. Forecheck pressure coming from Parry. Jones goes over to try and shut down Ozils. Billingham start working that puck around. Sykes pulls the trigger first time. Tries to go with the one-timer, but it's very loose. Knocked down, it's a Jones clearance. Parry gets his stick back on, knocks it back. Ozils recovers at their own blue. Near side with Davis, Callum Davis. Knocks it on for Chris Sykes. Minute 20 remain on the penalty. As Ozils takes a shot through an empty lane, but the Dragons do enough to clear that out. It was a great save there from Edwards.
Yeah, they're just sitting back now and taking the time, watching what Billingham are going to place this.
Minute gone in this penalty so far. Oh, shot comes through, hits the side netting. Emerson able to find an open man. Shot again comes in.
Oh.
Great leg pad save from Edwards. Just takes it out with the stick.
Yeah, just tipped away there.
And again. Ooh, that thud, the shot going wide, hitting the boards. Campbell feeding his man further round. 30 seconds remain on the penalty. Jones tries to clear it off Ozils' stick, but he releases it away quickly. Tries to go inside in the slot. Kept out by the Dragons. This is really good. Penalty kill by the Dragons, and little mistake forces Stars out the zone. 10 seconds remain.
Well, done enough here.
And you can certainly tell the special teams has been worked on in training. As Lukovic gets that puck, we return back to full strength as Parsons is back on the ice. And that was a great penalty kill there from the Dragons, Gary.
Yeah, they've it's been a thorn in their side all season where they've suffered on penalty kills. But tonight they seem to have got their act a little bit together.
Parsons and Jones caught high. Shaw trying to get back, ties up there with Moss. But Austin's going to jump on that loose puck. Both teams go for a quick change after about 2 minutes of special teams. Shaw still able to regain the puck. Manages to clear it, but only onto the stick of Davison. Parsons now knocks it forward. Scooped in by Bennett. Moss turns that round. Again, Bennett picks it up. Tries to turn it through red wall. Kennedy does so. Goes in. Takes the shot.
Oh.
Watson gets his glove to it. Tips it up and over. Bennett keeps it in play. Billingham clear it out onto the stick of Austin. Austin finds Kennedy near side. Tries to deground his man. But we got an offside call. Face off won by the Dragons. Pregame surges forward to try and get that from Ozils, but Stars recover that. 7 minutes 25 gone, the second period. Big pass trying to find number 26 there, Ethan Hare of the Stars. And again, Pregame fighting for that puck. Hare, shot comes on, or turns it away from the stick. Jones with his man in the corner. Keaton tries to go over. Shot again comes in through traffic. Edward sees it. Turns it out. And now Billingham in the Dragon zone, working that puck round. 8 minutes gone in the second period. Or still tied up with his man. Out in front.
Oh, it's in.
Well, that was very dangerous for the Dragons there. The puck literally just bobbled right out in front of the paint.
Yeah, it was
jumps on it.
Almost on the goal line there. And Sykes there to poach, a perfect poacher's goal as he slots it right up to the top of the net. And it's now Dragons 0, Billingham 8.
And now Sykes on the boards. Tries to play it out in front. Austin gets his stick on that. Just disrupts the Billingham flow. But it's come back in. Keating tries to desperately dig it out. Finds a teammate in the middle. In Parry. It's knocked on. Keaton into the corner. Plays it off the boards. Tries to go behind the Billingham net. Picked up by Davison. Round the boards to Moss. Cut out in front of his own bench there by Kennedy. It's going to be Plant. Plant takes a shot. Forces Watson down again. 11:52 gone in the second period. Billingham on the break with Moss. 4 men around him. Tries to lay it off, does so.
Oh, it's in.
Finds Emerson.
And as calm as you like, Emerson slots that in past Edwards. And that's extended the lead again here at the Den. It's now Dragons 0, Billingham Stars 9.
Face off, won by the Stars in the Dragon zone. Davison takes the shot, goes through, it's going to be turned out by Jones. Jones tries to find Williams out in front of the Stars bench, but the puck's put straight back in. Again, Jones in that corner, lays it up for Parry. Parry slides it off there for Jones. Jones finds Kennedy. Shot comes in. Oh! Watson into the shoulder, is able to turn that down.
Well saved.
And straight away, Stars with that blistering pace straight back down the other end with Davis. Great check-in from Kennedy. Ozil out in front of his bench, keeps it in for the Stars. Now Billingham once more, trying to work that puck around. Shot comes in.
Oh, it's in! What a shot!
Artis Ozils from the point.
Well, what can you say? He grabs a puck out of the air, puts it on the floor, and a one-timer straight into that top corner. Edwards didn't stand a chance, and it's now Dragons 0, Billingham Stars 10. The Dragons have soaked up a lot of pressure from the Billingham Stars, and the Stars have done enough to frustrate the Dragons from trying to get on the scoreboard at all. But as we go into this second period break, it's Dragons 0, Billingham 10.
Welcome back to part 3 of Drop the Puck, and as we do, we must remember, Gary, that the Dragons are on that penalty kill from the penalty assessed to Ross Kennedy late in that second period. And the Stars look to capitalise early on with Davis. Davis goes in, takes the shot.
Straight away.
13.6 seconds on the clock.
Well, what can you say? Grabs that puck and pounces straight onto the Dragons' goal. Edwards still waiting for the start, if you like, because he must have been asleep. That puck flew right past him. And already, the Billingham Stars extend their lead. It's now Dragons 0, Stars 11.
Face-off is won by the Stars in their own zone. Thornton gets that back, plays it around. Here come the Stars on the break. Williams tries to get his stick in the way. Basketov's out front, takes the shot.
Oh,
goes wide. And now the Dragons again. Unrelenting pressure coming from the Stars, even when the Dragons are deep in their own zone. 2 minutes 55 in this third period gone already. You can see Kennedy trying to work that through. Centre ice does so. Tries to take it round. He's done every single member of the team.
Goodness.
The goal would have been the pièce de résistance, but Watson denies him.
Yeah, no cherry on that cake, I'm afraid.
And the Dragons proving the fight isn't out of them yet, as Williams puts the pressure on. Stars get that puck. Davison tries to get a bit of a move on, has to dump the puck in. Played around the boards. Shaw picked that up. Two men immediately tie up together. He's able to come out with the puck though. And then we know Shaw's got a bit of pace on him. Can he open up? No, he's trapped on the boards and has to force that up to Jones. Jones finds Parsons. Parsons gets his head up. Puts the puck across. And Jones again tries to feed Shaw. Shaw tries to find Jones, finds him, but he can't control it. Puts it back across one more time. Austin picks it up in the middle. Shot comes straight on. Watson's denied. And now the Dragons working the puck around. Shaw, pocket picked by Ozils, pushes that forward. Lukovic gets there first. Two men for the Stars. Forward, 3 now, and the Dragons are back. Jones finds Parsons, back to Jones. Lays it on for Shaw. Shaw tried to pass it over, no one was there. It's jumped on. And we're going to get an offside call there. Unlucky play for the Stars. Face-off won once again by Billingham Stars as Davison takes this onside for the Stars. Stars, 45 seconds remain in this power play. Ozils with another one of those venom shots. And the Dragons tried to clear it out. It's picked up at the halfway line by Davison. Puts it straight back. 4 men in. For the Stars as the 5th one enters at the blue against Ozils. Thinks about it but lays the puck off. One-timer.
Oh, well saved.
Edwards forced down off the leg pad. 23 seconds remain. And again, Ozils.
Oh, it's in again. Well, he's had a couple of attempts at that. And he's getting good at it, I must say. He slotted that straight past Edwards. And he's given Billingham a 12-0 lead here today. Dragons 0, Stars 12.
So face-off won by the Dragons as we resume after that Artis Ozil goal. Dragons now back to full strength. And Kennedy of the Dragons is going to pick that puck up and just feed it to his teammate. Jones back on the ice. Tries to push that up to Kennedy. Bennett tries to come across. Moss gets there first, plays it off the board. Basketov picks it up. Tied up between Basketov and the official. Bennett off the boards in front of Moss. Moss picks that loose puck up though, off the skates. The Dragons player there, that was Parry. It's found to Emerson. Emerson, shot comes in from Basketov's. Emerson gets the second bite of the cherry. Finds Basketov's in the corner. Loose puck jumped on though by Ross Kennedy of the Dragons.
Well, Basketov's one of 4 players tonight on the Billingham Stars side. Currently sitting on 2 goals in this match. Each of them looking for their hat-trick.
As the Stars look to break out of their own zone again. Find Moss in the middle. Moss knocks that forward for Basketov's. Jones follows him around the net. Parsons is there as well. Feeds that puck back. Moss tries to find Sykes on the back door. And Orr is going to be there. Doesn't clear it in time. Bennett's forced on the boards. Campbell feeds Moss. Moss, man of the blue. Shot comes in. 9:40 remain in this game. As the Stars with the face-off win there, but the Dragons are going to pick that back up. Shaw off the boards. Tries to find Jones. Fighting with Campbell. Williams. Puck's come loose for Sykes. Austin's there. Shot.
Oh, what a shot.
And it's that man again, Chris Sykes. There's his hat-trick for the night.
Yeah, he ploughed that in. Hits off the bar, goes in. Edwards couldn't do anything about it. And it's now Dragons 0, Billingham 13. And Edwards not happy with himself there.
Face-off won by the Dragons. And then Gary, it is an uphill battle for the Dragons tonight. It's almost like they're playing on a tilted rink.
Well, the ice is definitely tilted in favour of Billingham tonight, but it's been a tough season for the Dragons, as we know. And the team that started the season isn't the team that's ending this season.
Bennett skates it into the corner, tries to find Kennedy, finds Parry.
Oh.
Shot goes across the face of the goal. Williams comes up, tries to keep it alive, does so. Bennett's going to jump on the loose puck at the point. Takes the shot. Saw all the way there by Watson.
Well, we've got to be honest, Ben. The Dragons deserve a consolation goal for all their efforts tonight.
As the Stars now just playing a little bit of keep away, chewing that clock up. 11:35 gone in this third and final period. It's going to be Williams skating back. Emerson and Moss both there. Picked up by Austin. Goes to take it round. Basketov's. Jump back on by Parry. Takes the shot. Great shot from Alex Parry there. Watson, another great leg pad save. Loose puck's picked up by Basketov's in neutral zone. Goes to take the shot, but it's off the leg of Ryan Jones. And Ross Kennedy's going to jump on that. Come out to the loose puck. Sykes. Again, asking questions of Edwards. He's able to keep it out this time.
The score doesn't reflect how well Edwards has played tonight.
Jones picks that puck up.
Oh.
Kept in by Davison. Finds Sykes on the overlap. Shot comes in, deflection from Moore's stick, puts it up and over the plexi. Face-off is won by the Stars. Initial save down by Edwards, but there's the follow-up.
Well, happened so quickly, straight from the face-off. And again, they've extended that lead here tonight with some impressive play. It's now Dragons 0, Billingham 14.
Callum Davis there with that goal. Face-off won by the Dragons and pushed straight into the Star zone. 16:33 gone as Keating tied up in the corner. Tries to push it out. Williams. Emerson's on the break. It's a 2-2. Shot in from Moss. Oh! Great save there from Edwards off the blocker. Davison tries to skate that back in. Loose puck. Picked up by Keating of the Dragons. Skates it on. Goes round his man. Tries to go again, get it on his sweet side. It's too much. And
tried to walk it in, I think.
Freeze out there by Watson.
Well, the Stars have got to be impressed with their performance tonight.
Davis tries to spin out in front. Picked up by the Dragons. Cleared out the zone. Ozils gets round two Dragons.
Always looking for that shot again.
Sykes goes to put it back, but there's nobody there. Miscommunication. Caught short in the change. Bennett jumps on the loose puck. Kennedy in support. Davison's there. Tries to go for the wraparound. Finds Kennedy. And it's too much as Stars are able to get back. Parry trying to hold off Davis.
Well,
plays it back for Kennedy. We're into the final 5 seconds now of this game.
And I think the buzzer's going to beat them out here.
As Sykes is able to break forward. And literally with a second or two left on, Chris Sykes puts the exclamation mark on this game.
Yeah, and he shows why he's the number 5 scorer in this league. That's another one for the night. And I think that's the end of this game for them, because Sykes has put the 15th score against the Dragons tonight. We're going to go between the tunnels now and to the Ice Queen in the Northeast as she interviews the players and coaches of each team. Join us after the break right here on Drop the Puck.
We're here with Stars Director of Coaching Terry Ward. 15-0 win on the road. Terry, with a short bench, you've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, you have to be pleased with that. You're quite right, Carl. I mean, we come with like 11 skaters, so you know, to come here in a D-side and play with 11 skaters and come away with that kind of result was absolutely fantastic for us.
Well, we were short bench last night and we got a really good result here. 11 skaters, as you say. It's tough to play a team that's in trouble as D-side are, but the Stars have come in here tonight and really done a job.
Yeah, and we feel we have to, because D-side are, you know, yeah, they're not going great for them at the moment, but them guys work hard. So we know we had to be on our game to beat them tonight.
Took us a while to get going though. 2 minutes in, the Stars get on the board, but then they've got a real hard work from the Dragons to pin the Stars back into their own zone. But then 9 minutes in, and the floodgates really open.
Yeah, I mean, we knew the Dragons had come at us on their own ice. You know, like you said, we did get that early goal, and it took us 9 more minutes to get another. And then we just had to figure out how we were going to score the goals, which we thought we did, and we did so.
With the Stars coming here with a short bench, was that the plan to get the goals early? Obviously a tough game last night and the guys are tired.
Yeah, absolutely. You come for a short bench, you've got to go all out in the first period. We knew that, so that was our game plan.
Well, it's been a really good weekend for the Stars. That's another 2 wins, an absolutely excellent weekend, and puts the Stars on a bit of a roll now.
Yeah, it does. We're quite happy with our weekend, a 4-point weekend. Why wouldn't you be happy? It's absolutely fantastic. Lads played really well this weekend, so the coaching staff's happy as well.
You're looking into the run up to the playoffs now, and looking just for the best position that the Stars can get into going into those playoffs.
Yeah, we're just going to take one game at a time, and you know, if we win that game, then great. We go on to the next game and try and win that one. So that's what you have to do at this stage of the season.
Well, thanks for your time tonight, Terry, and an excellent win for the boys.
Thanks very much, Carol.
We're here with Billingham Stars 4-goal man Chris Sykes. That takes you to 40 goals for the season. Chris, you have to be pleased with that.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I just seem to get in the right place every single game, but it's not just me scoring goals. All the lads in there are still picking up goals as well, and obviously without them, we don't have a team. So I like to do my bit and they do their bit, which is good.
Really tough weekend for the Stars. Got off to an absolute blinder yesterday. A really hard-fought win with a short bench again against Solway last night, and to come in here with 11 skaters tonight and do a job, really good going. Yeah,
we've been short bench for all season. We're getting used to it by now. Tired legs today, but we came out on top, which is good. Yesterday took it out of us, but to beat them on our eyes was really good. Everyone in the dressing room was so high yesterday, it was brilliant. So it's nice to get a 4-point weekend, first one I think this year. So I'm hoping Alan or Terry are going to buy some cake for us.
Well, as you say, the Stars did actually start quite slowly. An early goal on the board there for Ethan, but after the 9th minute when Dennis scored, the floodgates seemed to open.
Yeah, we're going to start slow because we've got tired legs from yesterday, but Ethan stepped up this weekend with Mikey being away. He's done really well. And I think it'll get better as the seasons go on, as the weekends go on, if he gets a lot more ice time. So good to have him on my line. And then obviously we got like 9 or 10 up. It gets to a point where their heads have gone down, and we kind of just keep rolling, just see the game out, which is good. And obviously Mark gets another shutout, which is really good for him.
And 40 goals for yourself this season. Do you have any targets that you're aiming for the rest of the season?
No, just keep doing it, and hopefully we can get some more wins for the Stars.
Well, thanks for your time tonight, and well done again.
Thank you.
We're here with recently appointed head coach Gary Shaw. A tough result to take tonight, but obviously you've got a lot of new guys bedding in, so really you've got to take what positives you can from tonight.
Yeah, the guys just trained 2 sessions, so myself, I'm looking to change what's been happening here, getting the guys to come to the puck area, giving them options to play the puck. But it's going to take time to bed in, and it's like two years we've got to change what they've been doing. So, and it's going to take time. So we've taken some good positives tonight. We had some good positives last night. The results don't show that, but the guys on the positivity on the ice, and when they come back in the changing room and come off the ice to the bench, it's really good.
Well, tonight certainly the Stars got off onto a flyer with an early goal in the first 2 minutes, but after that the Dragons really worked hard to keep the Stars out wide, and actually in the beginning of the second period as well there was that same work ethic. So are you taking those positives?
Yeah, we're taking the work ethic we're trying to implement is stick on stick and hard forecheck. So it gives us and creates us opportunities in the zone, and it covers players breaking away from down the ice. So if they get close to the players, which we're trying to do that in training and on here now, it should come out with some results for us, hopefully.
So clearly this season it's not been going terribly well so far. You've just come in. Do you have any goals for the team for the rest of this season?
The goals for the team is really to improve on the performances, improve on moving the puck, don't overhandle the puck, and just to create some good opportunities, and hopefully we'll get some goals, and then hopefully we might pick a result or two up. But at the moment it's getting the players to work as a 5. They don't work as a 5, and they take different opportunities, which causes problems for the other players. They don't realise what they're doing, so it's one of those, like bringing players in by moving the puck. If they overhandle the puck, then the players stop skating, and that causes problems for us, and that's when we break down.
Well, a tough result to take tonight, but as you say, there are positives that you can take, and hopefully that will come out in the next few games. And thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.
We're here with Dragons netminder Lewis Edwards. Another performance between the pipes against the Stars where you faced plenty of rubber tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a tough old game, you know. Guys worked really hard again. We didn't give up throughout the whole game, so kind of pleased with that as well.
You've come in sort of midway through the first period there, and to a certain extent the game had already gone for the Dragons, but nobody gave up. There was no heads dropping, and certainly the second period there was a big spell there where the guys really worked hard and forced the Stars out wide and looked like they were getting into the game.
Absolutely, it's always difficult to jump in the pipes after someone. The game had unfortunately gone at that point, but everyone did give 100% throughout the game. Second period especially, I thought we played very well. Had some good chances, just didn't manage to get past mark and net.
Well, you've not been here too long yourself. There's a lot of guys here that kind of new into the squad, and everybody's really bedding in. How do you feel it's going in the dressing room with the new guys?
It's going very well. We've only had the one practice together as well with the new squad this week, but we are getting there, and we just want to finish the season on a high.
So for yourself tonight, you've faced plenty of shots again tonight. A couple of weeks ago down at the Forum, you stood on your head there as well. You're kind of getting used to playing the Stars now and finding their range, as it were. Absolutely,
and rest assured next year as well, we'll try our best to keep lowering the score lines, and eventually we'll get the win.
But the morale is still high in the dressing room, and hopefully the Dragons can maybe shock a few people towards the end of the season.
Absolutely, we're all just looking forward to it, and we need to finish on a high.
Well, thanks for your time tonight, Lewis, and well done again.
All right, thanks.
Well, there you go, folks. That wasn't the result I was expecting, but Billingham came here to do a job, and like you said last night, they had a great result against Solway. Put out a performance there tonight.
Came short benched, 11 skaters, obviously tired from last night, and I think the game plan really was to hit the Dragons hard, get the goals early, just in case those tired legs came into play later in the game, and that's how it transpired. 7-0 first period. The Dragons were never going to come back from that.
Of course, Chris Sykes played a big part in that tonight, and we mentioned him at the start of the show and throughout the game. The guy knows where to be, knows where that net is.
The experience he's got, obviously, the amount of time he's been with Billingham now, and that partnership he's built up with Cal Davis as well, it's almost like they're on the same wavelength telepathically. They each know where they're going to be on the ice at the time. Davis knows where to put the puck for Sykes to skate onto, and Sykes as well, his skill level. You saw it a few times there tonight, when he's right there, positioned right in front of the paint, he's still got the time to be calm, collective, take the puck into control. We saw it there, classic goal in that first period where he just chipped it up right past Edwards there over the shoulder. It's going to be that sort of skill that sees him past his 40 mark, which obviously he hit tonight.
Well, the thing is about games like that is you can never write the script, but you thought that first period, the first 10 minutes, Ben, I was really impressed. It was end to end. Either team could have took it, but like you've already said, Carol, Billingham quite quickly took command of that game.
Well, they did. As I say, they got themselves off the mark early. Young Ethan Hare scoring a goal there. He's been promoted to the first line for this weekend, and he's put on some excellent shifts tonight. He scored early doors, but it did take the Stars a little while after that. The Dragons really did fight hard, but once Dennis Basketov scored in the 9th minute, it seemed to open the floodgates a little, and the Dragons were struggling after that.
Well, talking of floodgates, of course, there's a lot of goals, but that one goal, you can't dispute it. We said it at the time. What a goal, Ben.
Yeah, Arthur Ozils, just grabs the puck, throws it on the ice, finishes up with that shot.
Well, it's been a great game here at D-side, and unfortunately Dragons on the losing side. Join us next week, right here on Drop the Puck.